Hey, have you tried the Bueno crispy, creamy chocolate bars?
No.
I'm guessing that's a no. Well, let me tell you all about them.
Oh.
They're made by...
This is a segment?
Actually, no, but seriously. They are made by Kinder. Have you seen those Kinder? They're like eggs, but they're for kids. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the only thing by Kinder I've ever seen. So I guess this is the adult version of that. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if it's the exact same. I don't know if it has the same flavoring or whatever. But they're basically, they look like two little Twix bars. But they're crispy, creamy chocolate bars. And they have a crispy wafer with creamy nut filling and a milk chocolate. And I think it's hazelnut creamy filling because there's a hazelnut on the packaging. But they are pretty good. It's a light, kind of a light snack, so it doesn't feel like you're eating a heavy, super sugary chocolate bar or whatever.
Okay.
It's not too overpowering chocolate-wise, so, you know, that means I can get into it. But anyway, it comes with two bars.
Because you're a monster who hates chocolate.
I don't hate chocolate. Let's tone that monster stuff down a bit, okay? I dislike pure chocolate. Pure, like a Hershey's bar I would never eat. A, you know, dark chocolate bar I would never eat. But if the chocolate is mixed with other flavors, I will eat it. So, booyah. No monster
You're
here.
like, so there.
So there.
You see, totally normal human being walking around with my skin and my nails and my hair.
That's right.
You're not fooling anybody.
I'm not normal. Oh, you know what's interesting though? I don't know if we talked about this already or not, but I did the 23andMe, test or whatever, and it says on there, because it tells you it's crazy. It gives you so many personalized details of things, and it says on there that you, based on your genetic traits and everything, you will like vanilla over chocolate, which is true. I did.
They can't just tell you that.
No, I knows that, and I knew it.
That's your choice as a human.
Yeah, but it's based on your taste. It's like, it's a genetic thing, and I like vanilla more than chocolate. It's my genetics. So I highly recommend people do 23andMe. Look at this. We're just sponsoring people left and right. Get out there and get some Kinder Bueno creamy crispy chocolate bars.
But only if your DNA says you can.
Only if your DNA from 23andMe says you like chocolate.
It's a lot of product placement for 5 minutes.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. 23andMe is fascinating, but we'll get into that another time. Welcome, everyone. We're here, finally, to tell you to listen to our podcast. It's starting soon, and this is a little bit of what you might get. I do have a co-host. He's not responding. I just want to make sure that he's still alive. Hold on one second.
You should text me.
Oh, yeah. Let me text you.
You did.
He's alive.
I just want to see how far you could swim if I just let you go.
How far would I go? Yeah, see, this is why I need a co-host, because I can't go very far on my own.
Ah, well, that's what I'm here for.
I thought so, but didn't answer. You didn't answer me.
Yeah, I just left you hanging.
Just left me hanging. What kind of co-host is that? We're getting off to a not very trusting start.
Well, you're a monster, so.
Oh, true.
Anyways, welcome to the No Kidding Podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Lisa. Now you never have to ask again who we are.
Oh, yeah. So that'll be it.
At the beginning
This is the one time we're introducing ourselves.
That's right.
And then from then on.
At the beginning of every other podcast, we'll say, reference podcast 1, if you want to know who we are.
Reference podcast 1 for intro.
I am exhausted. But let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get exhausted?
Well, I've been watching a 15-year-old lab with severe diarrhea for the last 3 days. And he goes about every hour to 2 hours now. So I'm getting no sleep. And I don't even know. I'm delirious, though, because I will go from being frustrated to being happy and feeling really bad for him, and then just cracking up laughing when something goes terribly wrong, and then I'll be tired, and then I'll be excited. I don't know. I'm all over the place. My moods are, wow! I feel like Kramer on Seinfeld.
Hey, delirium makes for a great podcast. I bet Kramer would make a great podcast.
I bet he would, yeah. It's true.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
I bet that actor probably does have a podcast, but he's not popular right now, right? We're supposed to hit him or something.
Well, he
did
said
have
something. A controversy there, yeah.
He did a thing.
So
I think he was on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and I don't know.
that's such a good show too.
That is such a good show.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't watched that, should. So why are you exhausted?
Alcohol mostly. Well, rather the aftermath of it.
Of course.
But then I had a big breakfast to sate me, and that leads to tiredness. So
you're hungover and tired. This is going to be a great podcast.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get my coffee and my chocolate covered espresso beans. They're right over on the other table here.
All right.
Hi.
Figured I'd sing a song while you were gone.
Oh yeah, that'll be the intro music.
Oh wait, I cracked.
That's it. That's exactly what I'm using for the.
Gosh, I'm crying
Excellent.
right now. Okay, don't get mad. I have a separate podcast that I'm doing. It's I'm not cheating on you or anything. I'm just testing things out, and it's it's a complete.
I'm pretty hurt, to be honest, but that is.
It's all by myself. I'm just testing things out, and I'm testing a different platform because the one I'm hosting on for ours is on Buzzsprout, and then I wanted to also try Anchor, which is a separate host, and they're totally different. Like ours is kind of well, they're not totally different. I mean, let me explain. So.
You're making the exact same podcast, but with somebody more interesting.
No, nobody. It's just me. I don't have a co-host in the other one.
Oh, that's you're doing all the heavy lifting. That's
because I just don't have anyone else to host with that one. But it's okay. So the one with us is more about general knowledge, interesting facts and topics, and it's a wide range of different. More like fact-based tech, science. It could be all over. Whereas the other one is strictly stories, like true stories, and I just read the story and have commentary on that story. So it's like, huh?
How do you know they're true?
Well, I put in there that I hope they're true. I'm just kind of trusting the source, but.
Well, maybe I'll make another podcast.
Oh man.
I got to keep up with you, so you're going to start getting way better because you have double the experience. Is
just to practice and get, better. I like the idea of having a co-host though. Like a co-host is more, it's more fun. You can bounce off of each other, whatever. But I wanted a podcast that we both like, versus one that I just kind of make you do, and you don't like it, you just kind of put up with it. Which
that's just
might still be true.
Inevitable.
I care more about this one. So this one's like my top priority.
Don't suck up. Don't pander to me.
I've asked other people, but a lot of people don't like putting themselves out there.
Of course.
So it's intimidating and it's hard. So you're the only person that showed any interest in doing a podcast.
I feel like people just don't think that they're interesting. And
I 100% don't think I'm interesting.
Yeah, we have no special circumstance here. We both aren't very interesting, but that's not the point. The point is to put yourself out there and become interesting.
That's true. You can become interesting, but at the same time, regular people are more interesting than you think they are. So
that's true.
There's all the other people that I listen to are almost as ordinary. For the most part, they just seem more interesting because they're on a podcast, but they're actually just regular people.
Talking about regular stuff.
But there are actually people out there that are far more interesting, that are really interesting to listen to. Like one of the podcasts I listen to, they both have backgrounds in entertainment, and, one of them's been a comedian for her whole life pretty much, and then she was a comedic writer for all these shows, and then she just decided she wasn't getting a lot of work or anything, but she had a lot of practice in that. So they got together and then they started a podcast, and it exploded because they have more background on how to make it more interesting, I guess. But hopefully ours is going to be somewhat likable.
There you go.
That's my plan.
Somewhat likable. That's the bar I shoot for. I listen to a lot of podcasts at work and stuff, and I don't know. Sometimes you don't want the super interesting, engaging podcasts when you're just folding laundry or working or doing something.
That's true.
Sometimes you just want to kick it back. You want to feel like you're in a discussion with a group of friends or something.
Yeah. That's what it is. But we'll be like their friends. Like, come hang out with us. We're friends. Let's chill.
That's the illusion that all podcasts create, right?
I guess so.
Where everyone's you're hanging out with your buds. I feel like podcast hosts are probably the most often that, like, when they get recognized, people are like, "Oh my god, we'd be such good friends!" Like, you don't even know. Like, it's like we already talk every day.
That's true.
It's like, well,
so true.
Who are you? Those are some good espresso beans. All right.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
What?
Espresso beans. That sounds disgusting. I gotta say.
Espresso.
But I'm sure it's delicious. You enjoy.
They're dark chocolate covered espresso beans.
Oh, that's even more shock worthy.
They're like, I don't know how they cook them, but these are so crisp. I bite into them, they just shatter. It's like chocolate with Oh, it's like, I feel like there's a candy that's much closer, but like how Crunch bars have that, like, those like little rice things in them.
Yeah.
And they give you the little crunch.
Sure.
It's like if they covered a giant one in chocolate, but instead of it being rice, it's caffeinated.
Now, does it taste good, or is it mainly for the purpose of waking yourself up?
Both.
Oh.
I've had better candy. It is a bit of a like chocolate and coffee go really well together, but particularly that chocolate and coffee is like, I don't know, it just kind of punches you in the mouth a little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if somebody had made like a chocolate ganache or like a coffee ganache that goes inside of the chocolate, that would be how you really do it. But you don't get the pure caffeine infusion at that point.
I wish you could see my face right now. It is appalled and disgusted.
Well, you're a freak, so there you go.
Super freak.
Take that.
Oh, I'll take it and I'll run with it. No, be my freaky self.
What if I did the whole podcast while inhaling helium?
Maybe we should try that one day. I'll let you do it first. Yeah. We'll keep oxygen nearby just in case.
Yeah, like whenever one's not talking, the other one's huffing oxygen as fast as they can. So, I just wanted to get you on the air here because I want to talk about you, Lisa. This is all a focus on you. I'm not even here. I'm just an interviewer for you.
What?
I want to find out the way your brain works.
Radio silence. That's about how it works. All right.
Listen, I've noticed that you have a fascination with psychology and even a particular interest in your own psychology. So
for sure.
You're like, what is my brain? How does this work? I think everybody has a little bit of that fascination.
I think so too, yeah.
You in particular, though, you really have something going on there. You a psychopath? Tell me now.
Well, not to get too personal here. This might be too much for a introduction.
Why, yes, I am a complete and utter psychopath.
Yeah.
Turns out, I took a DNA test. Turns out, I'm 100% crazy bitch.
I'm gonna go with a no there, just for now.
Listen.
We'll follow up on that in episode 25, so stay tuned.
There's spectrums for everything. There's a spectrum for sexuality, the autism spectrum, and there's definitely a craziness spectrum.
For sure.
So we're all on that spectrum somewhere.
We're all in this together. We're all weirdos. So yeah.
Not me. I'm pretty normal. I'm actually.
I was gonna say maybe I should ask you this question, but yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty much even keel. Very nice. Very pleasant person to be around. Very.
Basically the perfect human. So
yeah, that would be
accurate.
The best thing about me is I have zero narcissism or
obviously, yeah, that's clear.
I'm just humble all the time.
Of course, yeah.
Very
super huge. Just you're
down to earth.
Yeah,
and I make other people feel great about themselves.
Yeah, and, I can tell. I mean, you're talking to me about how great I am at diagnosing my own psychopathy.
You're really good at telling how much of a psychopath you are.
I feel so much better. You're right.
You're crazy lunatic.
You are excellent at this.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just what I want everybody to know. That's why I'm doing this podcast, so that everybody can know how great I am.
Well, you are great.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of the few times I've kind of had something of an audience, so I feel like I'm a little self-conscious about my speaking.
Of course.
And dialogue here.
We all will be.
Which is just making this so much more fun.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the raw honesty of the whole thing is we have no idea what we're doing, and it's going to be apparent, but...
Yeah, and I mean like real life physical audience. Like there's somebody in the room with me. So.
Oh, yeah, that's even weirder. Yeah, I can't do anything with other people around. It makes it really awkward.
If the entire world listens to me, that's fine. But as long as they're not here right now.
In my face, watching me. That's true.
Yeah, I'm literally staring into the eyes of someone. They're just nose to nose with me. It's very awkward.
That's very awkward. That takes it a whole nother, like, that's concerning. Do you need help?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll call someone right now.
Yeah, call the police. But while they're on their way, why are you interested in talking to me on air here?
Honestly, I think you're one of the most interesting people I know. Not to blow
See
up,
everybody?
Not to blow up your narcissism, but
No, I have no narcissism. Perfect, Lisa. I just told you that. Come on.
Why do I really need to explain myself? It's very clear why I need you to be my co-host. You are perfection. So, yeah. But
yeah,
if just for audience, peace of mind, I will let them know that I just really feel like the world would be better
revolves
off.
around me. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
The world would be better off being introduced to you in some form or fashion. So, and then on a selfish standpoint, I get to spend time with you far more than I was before. So.
Oh yeah, that's a bonus to anybody, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm doing this so that I can hang out. I can spend time with more people on a grander scale.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's like, I want to spend time with you, I'll just give them a link to this podcast.
Go to my podcast. There you go.
Yeah.
We're best friends now. Yeah.
But don't look me directly in the eyes in real life.
Exactly. That's true, though. Like, on a serious note, I seriously, because you're kind of borderline, but I am definitely an introvert.
What is this? What are you going to say?
I was saying I'm on an introvert scale. We were talking about scales.
Okay.
Introverted scale.
Okay,
I'm like high level introvert.
Spectrum.
You're like, I think you're closer to the middle, but you're definitely on the introverted side, I'd say. But you have an easier time in social situations and like engaging with other people. So I feel like you're somewhere closer to the middle. But in saying that, things like this, like podcasting or being online in a social platform somewhere, is kind of the best world for an introvert, because you can still be expressive, creative, show yourself, but you don't have that severe anxiety or stress or, I don't know, just weird uncomfortableness with being this engaging and this, with other people, I guess is what I'm saying. So it's
instead of having this improv in real life, in person display of self-expression, you can kind of take it off, package it, put it in a box, and deliver it to the world on your own time frame, in your own schedule.
Yes,
in your own
and
way.
they can kind of take it as they want. Take it or leave it, it is what it is. So they can do that, and then, but when you're with other people in person, it's kind of, they can reject you immediately.
Yeah, so. I mean, you're talking to me, and I'm definitely going to reject you.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
So you're not safe.
It's not so much about rejection. It's just, like when I'm with other people in person, I feel almost like I just want them to shine, and I don't really have the need or desire to, put myself out there. Not necessarily out of fear or whatever. It's just I prefer to be a listener and a watcher and an observer. But in this way, I get to go to that other level of being expressive, which I'm very much never that expressive in real life. So I think this will
that's
be
like
good.
a life hack for...
Yeah, I think...
That's like a life
honestly,
hack for being...
I do think that it's going to help me personally to be more expressive doing this. So it's kind of a self-help strategy in some way. So I do recommend it, maybe. I don't know. I just started, so...
We're building skills here.
Yeah. I can't recommend it yet, but it could be horrible, horrible mistake.
You'll be like, every time you interact with somebody, you'll be like, man, you should... I'd rather be talking to you via podcast.
Yeah. But what's weird is I hate talking on the phone with people. I just dislike it so much, but this is basically just talking on the phone. So...
I hate people calling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once I'm on the phone, it's not so bad. But
yeah, that's true. But I do, whenever I see the phone ring, I think, why aren't you texting me right now? Why aren't you calling me? There's this new, invention that was developed called texting.
I think texting's dead. Boom. I'm laying that on the table.
Whoa,
Episode 1.
What?
I think Apple is keeping it alive, like some sort of Frankenstein situation by turning it into giving it all the features of a internet chat service. But I mean, come on, it's a super old technology. It doesn't interface well. RCS isn't bad. The iMessage isn't bad, but
what
it's just like
we're talking about?
We're stuck to this ancient technology. We need to free ourselves. Drop the chains.
Yeah, crazy.
Come on, there's so many. You're crazy. How dare you? I just told you I was perfect.
We could stop this podcast right now. I've changed my mind. I don't understand because I use texting every single day for work and communicating with my family.
That's what I'm saying. It's been kept the standard, but I feel like it's just, you could do that, but so much better and unchained by the limits of SMS and MMS if you just use like an online chat service like Facebook Messenger, or that wouldn't be my recommendation. Discord's really good.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have okay, I get that, but
you're saying like the universality of it.
Yes, like it would be more complicated to have like a separate, I don't know, I'm trying to think because I can see the benefits too, but I feel like it would be complicated to have a separate app that has all these different forums, and I don't know.
I feel like I don't know, I feel like text messages should evolve into some kind of decentralized messaging service, kind of like, I don't know, email as well. Email is kind of in the same bucket, but email is kind of more useful. I feel like it's better decentralized. You can actually get on all kinds of platforms, and it's really standardized. And if you can't attach something, you can just kind of like drop a link in, and it's not so bad. But
that's true. I mean, I guess on the plus side, you could use it whether you're on the desktop, on your phone, or wherever.
Yeah. It's like SMS text messaging is so awkwardly tied to your phone in this weird way, and it's the actual amount of information you can send over it. That's why I'm saying like Apple is augmenting like iMessage, and even Google has RCS, which adds some features, like a layer of features on top of it. But at the base level, you can't send full quality videos, for example, over MMS. When I get videos from you, and probably when you get videos from me, they're kind of really low quality and stuff, and pictures as well will drop in quality just because we're using like such an old system. Mm-hmm. But that's my crazy rant for now.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
You're like, I don't know.
I mean, crazier things have happened, so I won't.
I mean, it's not going anywhere, but I can dream.
I won't discredit it. I mean, it's a good idea. So.
And group messages suck. Let me tell you.
They do.
All right, I'm getting fired up again. Group messages are awful. You can't add or remove recipients. It's basically just like a CC email chain, like awful.
That constantly alerts you in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Even in email chains, though, you can be like, all right, stop sending the message to that one person, and we'll just keep the same subject line, and it'll all be fine. No. In the SMS, it's just like, nope, they pretty much just have to block you or get a special app that'll be like, okay, if a text message comes from this group of recipients, don't tell me about it. But you're still getting like the text message. Like you'll still get the charges if you're paying for your per text SMS. And
that's true. I didn't think about that because I'm on a plan.
It just sucks.
But yeah, it
just sucks.
Does. I agree. I get really frustrated with the group messages because it's so, like you said, you can't personalize it or whatever. You can't customize it. So if one person starts it, that they're the only one that can adjust it, or
they can't even adjust it. They can't remove somebody.
Oh yeah, and I also don't like that you can't name it. So when I'm going through my messages and I'm trying to find the group message about a specific topic that we were talking about or whatever, all I see is like names, and I'm like, if I could say,
there are apps that'll let you do it.
Oh really?
That would be nice. On Android at least. You have an iPhone, but yeah, there's like, because that's just the app that you have on your phone. That's their way of displaying that conversation, is just by listing the context. But yeah, you can get ones that'll like recognize a thread and allow you to change the display name on it.
Oh, that would be nice, because it would be nice to have, like you said, threads and topics, and say, oh, okay, well this one's about one thing and the other's about another thing. Another thing about group messages that stinks is that not everybody on there has the same phone. So some are Android, some are iPhone, but people use the functions for their particular phone, and the other people either can't see it or get it like weird alerts for it, or
yeah, this is what I'm talking about, like because like Apple has this layer of functionality over the top of SMS. They realize that SMS can't do the things that they want messaging to do, so they just kind of like layer on this like icing over the top. That it's nice if you have an iPhone, but it's just doesn't work if you try and send it to some other platform. And not because it can't work, because they just decide that they're only allowing like the iMessage app to work on their phones. So when you could have that same functionality on across all platforms if you used a service like Messenger or Discord or Slack or any of those kinds of things. You get all the benefits of like that kind of enriched messaging service where you can send data, rich information can come in cards, and you can attach all sorts of things, send all sorts of reactions and emojis and images and GIFs and everything in line. Get all that benefit of the modern internet, but instead we're oddly tied to this messaging, like SMS ancient dinosaur that can't really handle any of that.
Yeah, so true. That's very. So are you still fired up, or do you feel better after that vent?
Yeah, that was cathartic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for giving me that vent. This is just a platform for me to complain from. Said every podcast co-host ever.
Yeah. So anything else interesting that you want to bring up?
Yeah.
What?
So.
Psych.
To be continued.
Say cheerio, not goodbye. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.
I love you. Bye bye.